1886, the survey done then, payment survey, and at that time the village of Bickleigh was here. And it was a fortified village because there has been numerous incursions by the Danes in the 9th and 10th and 11th centuries. And they had this lovely habit of coming up the estuary as far as they could, disembarking, and then going round and setting everything on fire. So it didn't go down very well, and the villagers decided they put a proper wall round the village. Anyway, we've got paintings here which are fundamentally to do with the Stuart royal family, and I'll give you them as quickly as I can in chronological order. So the oldest is that one over there, Queen Anne of Denmark, who was the wife of King James I. That painting dates from around about 1600, so makes it over 400 years old.
Proper old English castle. Croquet on the lawn, look at this.
Have an etching of the castle with the same style of windows in the middle, so that's the door. So sometime in the 16th century, they decided to put it. That's quite interesting. The coat of arms, bang in the middle there, it's courtering of the arms of Carew and Courtney. Big square. But when Lady Margaret came along, she wanted to put new buildings up. She wasn't particularly bothered about the fences. The wall that ran up that side, she had enough of that because she built the new house which was there. I say new, 1430. 1430. It was built as a magistrate's court, it's still known as Old Court. And this was all done.
The last time I took photographs of this were all the little fairy actresses all dressed up in their costumes all the way around. All dressed as cygnets.
Look at the working of Ollie. Wow. Look at the working. Working. God, that's so bad. I love
See what, if you agree with me, it seems very small, but it doesn't seem so small. Parish church was built in the early 14th century. It became the estate chapel, and it stayed as the estate chapel, very much used in the 17th century for the services. I think probably most frequently in the 17th century and 16th century. But come the 19th century, the Carew family, who by then owned 4 big properties, or even 5 actually, decided to let Bickleigh to a farmer, and the farmer decided to use this building as a cattle shed.
Right, wow. It's very cool. It's very cool.
Technically speaking, this is another gallery, but it is actually known as the armory for obvious reasons. And one thing that's rather nice about all these bits of weaponry and armour around the place is that they all have connections with family members. The oldest item in here, helmet in the windowsill there, a Saracen helmet from the Crusader period.
It's funny, isn't it? You think they were toys, more than capable of killing you.
Very angry. Hello, Cromwell.
my job was, I would be given a design and I'd have to do 4 swatches. So I'd have to do 4 different colour schemes, that was a silk, and that would be sent off to the printer, and they'd have to colour match to these colours. And then this was a shawl, and then all the lovely tartan. You would have it quite thick, the paint. So I'm really, it's quite thick there.
Mahan siog Karen Tildong hen Glintol na fuel more. Harlan ras teva neardong siga king war hilsaro. Darlan fein og skar makilo ma veni shower on a shalagol. Hanna kastam söga gurk and green gal take got growl riven a grow ma was rawel yama ara oil me shama lord ditch be McFreel sunish mas rawel yama ara oil me shama lord ditch be McFreel.
Vanilla Day as a daughter of farmer. I'm very proud to participate in this event. So I'm going to show you the vanilla plantation and some little more explanation concerning the vanilla plant. Yeah. This is the vanilla plantation. This vanilla plantation, it can't grow it by its own. It has to get support from another tree like this one. So it's growing through rolling. So once it's been planted, it's grown through this tree.
It could be of so much use in so many different ways. And the price of vanilla then would stabilise. I mean, the reason I brought the paste to market was because it's a boom and bust industry and it's a 5-year project and the farmers will only plant when the price is high. So how do you encourage them to, have more cultivation? They have to know that it's going to be bought in the West. So it's a chicken and an egg really, because if you have a lot of it, the price is definitely going to come down and it's going to be easier for people to do things. But as Maddie said, some companies, I won't name them, but there's one company in Europe in 2016, they actually bought 40% of the vanilla crop that year in Madagascar. They didn't buy it to use it, they bought it to store, to stop other people from selling it, and also to promote their own vanillin, their artificial vanillin.
There's all of the signal cooperation between the host trees and the mycorrhiza to find out where the minerals are without harming the mycorrhiza. So vanilla and other terrestrial orchids is known to be the only parasitic that to mycorrhiza that is not harming the mycorrhiza.
There's Moroccan foods, Indian, Thai, Vietnamese, Japanese, Mexican. So each week we do like a different theme. And then I did other master classes on specific ingredients. So I go out into the jungle and get some bamboo, and we did a bamboo master class showing everyone how to use bamboo. And then stuff like banana blossom, like stuff you'll never see back home. So kind of like little inspiration sessions on showing people like the incredible ingredients that are here in Thailand and showing people how to use them and so on. And then also workshops on things like mushrooms and regular stuff as well that people can get around the world. So it's been fun. It's been a new form of communication and connecting with loads of students around the world, and it's been fun, yeah. So the idea is to bring the virtual into the real world, well, into the live, like one-to-one and me-to-group classes, because I feel that's one of the best forms of education when you're in the cooking class with people and so on.
and standing next to me now is a very special person to me because she started, well, you were my first little project, Tom and Aisha. Here you are, you started a little company, you've got all these products. Well, where do you go? Where do you go? Well, you've got to get out there and you've got to go somewhere with them. And so Aisha, I've known her since she was 17. Would you like to do this in charge? As in marketing, because it's always good to do marketing and sales, because any company you go to will want to know somebody who knows something about marketing and sales. Here she is now, Global Innovations Officer for Plastics for Unilever, and 2 years ago was seconded to government on the carbon analysis. So there she is, little podder, just left university with her chemistry degree, thinking, what am I going to do with my world? Let's do some marketing. We put the things in the back of the car, and I said, we're going to go out and make friends, Aisha, didn't we?
Yes, I was the first person to be taught in the Janet way of selling.
Which meant, Aisha, we have to be very happy and content with ourselves when we're selling, so we'll have to treat ourselves. If we're feeling down, we should go to a nice cafe, we should go out for a nice lunch, we should just enjoy our journey.
Boost the local economy.
Exactly. There we are. So I'm very glad to introduce you to Aisha, relating all that she knows about recycling.
Yes, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Thank you very much. Great chat. There's so many of you actually. I thought being here on the Sunday I was going to have like just a few people, so it's really quite wonderful for me. And as Janet says, I do think of myself as one of the first little podders, but not just a little podder, a Janet podder.
It's so sad now because we're about to close this weekend and it's just been so lovely, hasn't it? I'm so glad. And I'm going to give the last word, most recently, to podder Tom, who's going to have the last word, and he's going to sign off on behalf of Ollie and I and the rest of the Little Pod team.
So, good afternoon everyone. I'm Tom, in case you already know, but Janet's basically just stolen my whole speech. So, it's all good. I'm thinking my feet a little bit, but essentially, yeah, I've been here for 2 years now, and it's been a fantastic 2 years. I mean, what kind of job can you ask for coming straight out of university like that? I mean, it's given me experience from everything, customer service, all the way down to filling bottles. And when I first arrived, I simply thought I was just there to put some caps on a few bottles. And then that evening, I got a phone call from Ollie about 7:30 saying, oh, by the way, can you put on a suit? And I thought, oh my God, I haven't even got a suit. So I managed to scramble bits and bobs together from my dad and wherever else we could get something. And then I rocked up the next day and Liz Trust asked me in the door to help me put lids on bottles. So it really showed the kind of the craziness of Little Pod and how, as Jan says, the smallest company we are, but the amount of people that listen and take an interest. And for me, as a geographer, which I studied at Exeter, it really, really resonated with me, the idea of Little Pod trying to do something away from the curve. Not just about economics, but the environment and how we can also create a social hub in Farringdon. I mean, the amount of people that it's given opportunity to, from small to large and across the board. So that's what really captivated me when I first arrived, and it's been amazing ever since. And